Let us discuss equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant for a reaction, we will say for a gaseous reaction will take x of a plus y of b gives m of c plus n of d. For this we can write equilibrium constant k equal to rate constant of forward by rate constant of backward equal to, in the numerator we have to write right side what is there, c power m, c power m. That means we have to write in terms of active mass. We have to write in terms of active mass. So active mass of c power m, active mass of d power n, then by denominator we have to write left side active mass of a power x, active mass of b power y. Okay, this is equilibrium constant we have written. Next we will write equilibrium constant in terms of concentration. We will write equilibrium constant in terms of concentration. Therefore concentration means Kc equal to, in the place of active mass we can write concentration, we can write for which case, in the sense for infinitely diluted solution. For infinitely diluted solution we can write concentration in the place of active mass. So concentration of c power m we can write here in the place of active mass of d, we can say concentration of d power n by active mass of a means concentration of a power x, active mass of b means concentration of b power y. It is what, in the sense Kc. So Kc is equal to so and so. So Kc in the sense equilibrium constant in terms of concentration, that is equal to, in the numerator what you have to write means right side what is there, that you have to write in the numerator. So right side what is there, c and d. So write c and d in terms of their molarities. Molarity in the sense like this bracket given, concentration. What is the power, in the sense in the equation what is the coefficient is there, that is the power. For c what is the coefficient, m, that is the power of c. For d what is the coefficient, n, that n we have written. In the same manner denominator is for left side. So remember that equilibrium constant in the sense numerator should be right side, denominator should be left side. Okay, here we said equilibrium constant in terms of concentration we said. Next we will say equilibrium constant in terms of pressure. We will say equilibrium constant in terms of pressure. In terms of pressure we are saying, now this is called active mass of c. This active mass we are saying in terms of pressure, therefore it becomes what, in the sense pressure of c, partial pressure of c. Here what is the power, m, that power we will write it. Okay, then active mass of d, active mass of d in the sense partial pressure of d power n by, it is active mass of a, that we can say partial pressure of a power x. This is active mass of b, that we can say partial pressure of b power y. Okay, so here we said equilibrium constant in terms of pressure we said. Okay, active mass we replaced by pressure. Active mass of c in the sense pressure of c we can say. Here power m is there, that power m we can write. Okay, so this is a equilibrium constant in terms of pressure. Next we will say equilibrium constant in terms of mole fraction. Now we are saying equilibrium constant in terms of mole fraction we are saying. Okay, now active mass of c means mole fraction of c. Power m is there, that power we have written. It is active mass of d, that is mole fraction of d power n. It is active mass of a, mole fraction of a power x. Active mass of b, mole fraction of b power y. Okay, this is called equilibrium constant in terms of mole fraction. So equilibrium constant in terms of mole fraction is equal to so and so. Okay. Next we will say what is the relation between Kp and Kc. We will see. We will see relation between Kp and Kc. Okay. So now we are going for Kp and Kc is related in terms of what? That relation we will see. Kp Kc relation we will see. Okay. Now we will take a ideal gas equation. We'll take ideal gas equation is a ideal gas equation is PV is equal to nRT. This we can rewrite P is equal to N by V RT. Now n by v, n by v is called what? N by v is called what? We'll see. N is called number of moles, v is called volume. N is called number of moles, v is called volume. Therefore n by v is called concentration. N by v is called concentration, we can say. N is called number of moles, we can say. N is called number of moles, v is called volume. N is called number of moles, v is called volume. Number of moles by volume is called concentration. Concentration, we can say. So now therefore we can say P is equal to concentration into RT. Now we will see PC we will take. That means pressure of C. Pressure of C is equal to concentration of C into RT. Okay, this PC is equal to what we can say? Pressure of C into RT, we can say. So power M is there. That power M we will introduce. PC means pressure of C, power is M. That so concentration of C, power M, RT power M, RT power M. Okay, so this PC in the sense pressure of C, power is what? M. Pressure of C is equal to concentration of C into RT. Power M is there, therefore concentration of C power M, RT power M, we said. Okay, this we will substitute in the Kp relation. So Kp is equal to what we will get? We will see. Now Kp is equal to pressure of C. Pressure of C means concentration of C power M, then RT power M. Okay, RT power M. Pressure of D. Pressure of D, what we can say? Concentration of D power N, RT power N. RT power N. Then pressure of A. Pressure of A means concentration of A power X, RT power X. RT power X. Pressure of B. Pressure of B means concentration of B power Y, RT power Y. RT power Y, we can say. Okay. Next, we will rewrite this. We will rewrite this one. So Kp is equal to concentration of C power M, concentration of D power N, RT power M plus N. RT power M plus N. It is RT power M, it is RT power N. Therefore, RT power M plus N we have written by concentration of A power X, concentration of B power Y. Here RT power X, here RT power Y. Therefore, we can write RT power X plus Y. We can write RT power X plus Y we have written. Then equal to Kp is equal to this term. This C power M, D power N, A power X, B power Y. This term is what in the sense? Kc. This term is what in the sense? Kc, we can say. Therefore, Kc. This RT we will write. This RT we will write. Here power is M plus N. Power is N plus 1. Here power is X plus Y. It goes up means it becomes minus X plus Y. Okay. Therefore, Kp is equal to Kc into RT power M plus N minus X plus Y. Then we can write Kp is equal to Kc into RT power delta Ng. Delta Ng is called a change in number of moles of gaseous species. Change in number of moles of gaseous species is called delta Ng. Delta Ng is equal to what in the sense? M plus N we can take minus X plus Y we can take. Here M, N, X, Y, you see that in this equation coefficients. This equation we have taken as a gaseous equation. Gaseous phase reaction it is. Gaseous reaction. That means all the substances involved are in gaseous state. All the substances involved are in gaseous state. Therefore, delta Ng in the sense a change in number of moles of gaseous species. M is called number of moles of C gas. N is called number of moles of gaseous D in the stoichiometric equation. Okay. Therefore, this M plus N is in product side. X plus Y is in left side. This X plus Y from left side. M plus N is from right side. So delta Ng is called a number of moles of gaseous species in the right side. X plus Y means a total number of moles of gaseous species in the left side. This is equal to delta Ng. That delta Ng we are writing. So what is the relation between Kp and Kc? Means Kp is equal to Kc into RT power delta Ng. That we can say. So now we got a relation between Kp and Kc relation. We got it. Okay. Next we will go for a characteristics of equilibrium constant. What are the characteristics of equilibrium constant? That we will see. Okay. What are the characteristics of equilibrium constant? That point we are seeing. Okay. Now equilibrium constant does not depend on initial concentration, does not depend on initial concentration. This equilibrium constant K does not depend on initial concentration. Whatever the initial concentration of reactants you take, equilibrium constant will not change. Equilibrium constant depends on what, in the sense that certain factors, but it is not depending on initial concentration. But we will say that Kc is equal to concentration of C. This concentration of C means it is called equilibrium concentration of C. This concentration of C means equilibrium concentration of C. Here A and B, suppose we are taking initially. This A and B concentration, whatever it may be, whatever the concentration of A and B you take and get and attain equilibrium, at equilibrium the Kc will remain same. Though you are changing initial concentration of A and B, the Kc will not change. Similarly, Kp will not change, Kx will not change. That means equilibrium constant will not change. Why? Because equilibrium constant is a ratio of rate constants. Equilibrium constant equal to rate constant of forward by rate constant of backward. It is one constant value, it is one constant value. Equilibrium constant is a ratio of constants. Therefore, this initial concentrations, whatever it may be, that equilibrium constant will not change at all. Equilibrium constant does not depend on initial concentrations. Okay. Next, equilibrium constant depends on, this equilibrium constant depends on nature of reactants and products. Nature of reactants and products. Nature of reactants and products. What does it mean? For different reactions, different equilibrium constant. That's what it indicates. For example, N2 plus O2 gives 2NO. Now, N2 plus O2 gives NO2. NO2. Now, we'll take like this. Now, in this reaction, if you see, in this reaction, N2 plus O2 gives NO2, we are writing. For these two equations, equilibrium constant is different because product is different. Therefore, if the nature of reactants and products are changing, in the sense equilibrium constant will vary. Okay, for different equations, equilibrium constant will be different. That's what it says. Next, equilibrium constant, is it depending on temperature or not? Equilibrium constant, is it depending on temperature or not? That we will see. For that, what is the relation given, in the sense equilibrium constant is equal to some constant A into e power minus delta H by RT. Delta H by RT. This this K is called equilibrium constant. This K is called equilibrium constant. Okay. Then this A is called frequency factor. A is called frequency factor. A is called frequency factor. Delta H is called enthalpy of reaction. Delta H is called enthalpy of reaction. Delta H is called enthalpy of reaction. Then R is called universal gas constant. This R is called universal gas constant. T is called temperature. T is called temperature, we can say. Okay. Now, if temperature increases, now the process is exothermic process, we will say. Okay. The process is exothermic. What is exothermic? That we will see. Suppose A gives B. A gives B. This forward is exothermic. This forward is exothermic means backward is endothermic. That is the meaning. Okay. Forward is exothermic means backward is endothermic. So, suppose we are saying for the given equilibrium reaction, the process is exothermic. That means based on forward we are saying. Based on forward we are saying. Okay. The forward is exothermic we have taken. So, now let us say delta H is equal to minus X. Now delta H is equal to what, in the sense minus X, because exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction, in the sense delta H is minus X. That we will substitute here. Now K is equal to some A into e power minus already is there. Delta H is equal to minus X. We have substituted RT. Therefore, now we can say K is equal to A into e power X by RT. Okay. Now let us raise the temperature. Let us raise the temperature. We are raising the temperature. Okay. R is constant, X also some amount of heat, that is also constant value. Therefore, X by RT, what happens means it decreases. If you raise the temperature, X by RT decreases. Therefore, E power X by RT, what happens means decreases. Therefore, we can say K decreases, equilibrium constant decreases. Therefore, as temperature increases, equilibrium constant decreases for exothermic process. For exothermic process, based on forward, we have to say. Based on forward, we said okay. The forward is exothermic. Based on that, we said that means extent of forward decreases. Extent of forward decreases, we said. If it is endothermic, how it will be there? Okay. If it is endothermic, how it will be there? Opposite, temperature increases in the sense equilibrium constant increases. Okay. So for endothermic, as temperature increases, equilibrium constant increases. For exothermic, as temperature increases, equilibrium constant decreases. That means equilibrium constant depends on temperature, we can say. So we are saying that equilibrium constant depends on temperature. Set. Now we will take two different temperatures. How the equilibrium constant will be there, that we will see. Now equilibrium constant is K1 when temperature is T1. Equilibrium constant is K2 when temperature is T2. Okay. When temperature is T1, equilibrium constant is K1. When temperature is T2, equilibrium constant is K2. Delta H remains same. Delta H remains same at the range of temperature T1 to T2. Okay. So from T1 to T2, delta H remains same, we can say. So now we will take a first one, K1 is equal to A is a constant e power minus delta H by R T1. Next we will take K2 is equal to A into e power minus delta H by R T2. Like this we have taken. Okay. So now we will take logarithm on both sides. So ln K1 is equal to ln A minus delta H by RT1. Here also ln we will take on both sides. Ln K2 is equal to A into minus ln A minus delta H by RT2. Okay. Ln E is 1. Ln means natural logarithm. Ln in the sense logarithm to the base E. Okay. So log E is 1 because base is E. Okay. So now we will take a ln K2 minus ln K1 we will take. Ln K2 minus ln K1 will take. Then this also will substitute ln A minus delta H by RT2 minus ln A plus delta H by RT1. RT1 we have taken. So what is the common terms that we will take outside? Ln A we will cancel. So we are cancelling ln A. So this becomes ln K2 by K1. Here the minus delta H we will take outside. So delta H we have taken outside, R we have taken outside. So what we are getting in the sense 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2 we are getting. 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. Delta H we have taken outside, R also we have taken outside. So what we are getting means 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. So ln we will take it as log to the base 10. Ln is called ln is nothing but log to the base E. This we will write it as log to the base 10 by multiplying with the 2.303. Okay. So now log to the base 10 K2 by K1 is equal to delta H by 2.303 R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. Okay. This is a equilibrium constant at two different temperatures by keeping delta H remains constant. Okay. So we have written equilibrium constant in two different temperatures by keeping delta H remains same. Okay. Therefore, we got so and so relation. This relation says that equilibrium constant depends on temperature. Okay. Next point we'll say equilibrium constant depends on stoichiometry. Equilibrium constant depends on stoichiometry. That we'll see. Equilibrium constant depends on stoichiometry. Now we will take the equation N2 gas plus 3H2 gas gives 2NH3 gas. 2NH3 gas. Here equilibrium constant Kc is equal to what we can say means concentration of NH3 power 2 by left side what is there that you write in the denominator concentration of N2 into concentration of H2 power 3. It is the equilibrium constant for this. Now let us divide the equation by 2. So we will write of N2 gas plus 3 by 2 H2 gas. 3 by 2 H2 gas gives NH3 gas. NH3 gas. For this equilibrium constant, we can say right side we will write in the numerator, that is concentration of ammonia, stoichiometric coefficient is 1. And the left side is there, N2 is there, that N2 will write in the denominator, will write. Then H2 is there, that H2 also will write in the denominator. Okay. So for this equilibrium constant, you see, for this reaction equilibrium constant, you see, for this reaction equilibrium constant, you see, here stoichiometric coefficients you see, here stoichiometric coefficients you see. In these two cases, stoichiometric coefficients are different. Therefore, equilibrium constant is different. Okay. So equilibrium constant for these two equations are different because stoichiometric coefficients are different. Therefore, equilibrium constant depends on stoichiometry, we can say. Okay. Then equilibrium constant depends on mode of reaction. Equilibrium constant depends on mode of reaction. So how to say this one, that we will see. Now let us reverse this equation. This first equation let us reverse. On reversing the first equation, we will get ammonia in gaseous state gives nitrogen in gaseous state plus hydrogen in gaseous state. For this equilibrium constant is equal to, on right side we will write in the numerator concentration of N2, concentration of H2 power 3. Here product symbol, here multiplication symbol, don't write plus. Left side we will write in the denominator, that is concentration of ammonia power 2. Now you see, for this third equation equilibrium constant, for first equation equilibrium constant, you see the magnitude is different. Therefore, equilibrium constant depends on mode of reaction. Mode of reaction in the sense what? Reversing the equation. That's all. Mode of reaction in the sense reversing the equation. Okay. So equilibrium constant depends on what we got an idea. It depends on both stoichiometry and the mode of reaction we got. Okay. So conclusion is what, in the sense equilibrium constant does not depend on initial concentration. Then equilibrium constant does not depend on pressure. Then equilibrium constant depends on nature of reactants and products. Then equilibrium constant depends on temperature, stoichiometry, and mode of process. Okay. Then what are the applications of equilibrium constant, that we will see. Applications of equilibrium constant. Okay. Now I am taking one equation, that is H2 gas plus O2 gas gives H2O. Gives H2O, will take 2 H2O gas. Okay. H2O gas we have written. This is at 500 Kelvin. At 500 Kelvin, what is the equilibrium constant for this process? Means equilibrium constant is 2.4 into 10 to the power of 47. 10 power 47. Equilibrium constant is how much, in the sense 2.4 into 10 power 47 for this equilibrium. Sir, hydrogen gas and oxygen gas both are present in atmospheric air, but they do not react to give water. They require certain condition for reaction. So on providing certain condition, hydrogen gas reacting with oxygen gas to give water. Now this system will attain equilibrium at one stage. At that stage, the equilibrium constant is 2.4 into 10 power 7, 10 power 47. Okay. Equilibrium constant is this much. Okay. Next, we will take one reaction called N2 gas plus O2 gas gives 2NO gas. 2NO gas. This gas, for this is at 298 Kelvin. At 298 Kelvin, equilibrium constant is how much, in the sense equilibrium constant is 4.8 into 10 to the power of minus 31. For this reaction, equilibrium constant is 4.8 into 10 power minus 31, we said. Okay. Next equation we will take H2 gas plus I2 gas. I2 gas gives 2HA gas. 2HA gas. 2HA gas at 700 Kelvin. Temperature at 700 Kelvin. Equilibrium constant Kc is equal to 57. Equilibrium constant Kc is equal to 57, we said. Okay. We have given equilibrium constants like this. Now, what is the conclusive data given based on many experimental facts about equilibrium constant? What is the conclusive statement, in the sense When the equilibrium constant is greater than 10 power 3, the equilibrium lies almost right. Almost right. When the equilibrium constant is greater than 10 power 3, equilibrium lies almost right. When the equilibrium constant is less than 10 power 3, equilibrium lies almost left. When the equilibrium constant lies in the range of 10 power minus 3 to 10 power plus 3, equilibrium contains comparable concentrations of left side and right side. At equilibrium, concentrations of left side and right side are comparable. Concentrations of left side and right side are comparable. Okay. So what does it mean? That we'll see. Now here we will see. In this case, we will write a equilibrium constant. For this case, equilibrium constant, suppose Kc is equal to, right side we have to write in the numerator, right side what is there means water, that power 2. Left side we have to write in the denominator, that is H2 power 2. Then what is the mathematical operation means multiplication into O2 power 1. Don't write plus symbol. Here plus symbol is there, that symbol don't write, multiplication only we have to write. Okay, sir. So by substituting equilibrium concentrations, we got equilibrium constant this much. Now you see that equilibrium constant says that equilibrium constant is 10 power 47. That means this numerator roughly 10 power 47 times that of left side. This denominator. This numerator concentration is roughly 10 power 47 times that of this denominator. That means here this concentration is much greater than this concentration. Right side concentration is much greater than left side concentration. What does it mean? That means left side concentration is negligible to right side concentration. Okay, left side in the sense H2 and O2, right side in the sense water. Okay, so this left side concentration, concentration is negligible to right side concentration. That means this is at equilibrium. We are discussing at equilibrium because equilibrium constant means at equilibrium. So at equilibrium, left side concentration is negligible to right side. That means which concentration is dominant, which concentration is predominant? Right side is predominant. Right side is predominant in the sense equilibrium lies which side? Equilibrium lies right side. Therefore, when the equilibrium constant is greater than 10 power 3, we have to say equilibrium lies almost right. Equilibrium lies almost right in the sense right side concentration is predominant, left side concentration is negligible. That is the mean. Set. So here we got a conclusion. When the equilibrium constant is greater than 10 power 3, equilibrium lies almost right. That is the meaning. Okay. Next equation will take N2 plus O2 gives 2NO. Okay, for this we will write equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant equal to right side we will write in the numerator, that is NO power 2. Then left side we will write in the denominator, that is N2 into multiplication O2. Don't write plus here. Okay, in the equation plus will be there, N2 and O2, that is the meaning. Here we have to write product N2 concentration into O2 concentration. Okay, now we got Kc. So we got Kc for this. This Kc says what? Okay, here Kc is equal to 10 power minus 31. That means numerator is, this numerator is 10 power 31 times roughly smaller than denominator. Kc is equal to 10 power minus 31. That means the numerator is roughly 10 power minus 31, 10 power 31 times smaller than this denominator. That means this right side concentration, right side means NO, nitric oxide. Right side concentration is roughly 10 power 31 times smaller than this left side. That means right side concentration is much smaller than left side concentration. That means left side is predominant, right side is negligible. Left side is predominant, right side is negligible. Okay, right, left side is predominant, right side is negligible in the sense we are discussing at equilibrium. Okay, so at equilibrium left side concentration is predominant, Right side concentration is negligible. That indicates equilibrium is having left side concentration dominantly, right side concentration negligibly. That means equilibrium lies which side? Almost left. Almost left. In the atmospheric air, nitrogen gas is present, oxygen gas is present. Even then, we are not getting NO because equilibrium lies almost left. Equilibrium lies almost left. Therefore, when the equilibrium constant is less than 10 power minus 3, when the equilibrium constant is less than 10 power minus 3, we have to say equilibrium lies almost left. When the equilibrium constant is less than 10 power minus 3, we have to say equilibrium lies almost left, we have to say. Okay. Now, when the case is equal to 10 power minus 3 to 10 power plus 3, equilibrium contains left side and right side. Both concentrations are comparable. We cannot say something is negligible. We cannot say. Okay. For this, we will say here equilibrium constant Kc is equal to right side is Hi present, that you write in the numerator. First, coefficient for Hi is 2, that you write as a power. Left side, what is there means H2 present and I2 present, that you write in the denominator. Okay. So left side, what is there means hydrogen and iodine is present. Left side, what is present means hydrogen and iodine present, that you write in the denominator, you write it. Okay. So Kc is equal to so and so. So Kc is equal to so and so, we are saying. Okay. Kc is equal to concentration of Hi power 2 by concentration of H2 into concentration of I2. Like this we can say. So now for this Kc is equal to how much in the sense 57. Kc is 57 in the sense this is a numerator concentration and denominator concentration. We cannot say one is predominant, one is negligible. We cannot say. So that means the numerator concentration is predominant, denominator concentration is negligible. We cannot say like this. Similarly, numerator concentration is negligible, denominator concentration is predominant. Like this, we cannot say. So in this case, right side concentration and left side concentrations are how it is there means comparable. We can compare. We cannot say that one is predominant. Suppose right side concentration is predominant, left side concentration is negligible. Like that, we cannot say for this equilibrium constant. Similarly, we cannot say left side concentration is negligible, right side concentration is predominant. Like this, we cannot say. We can say that left side concentration and right side concentration are comparable, we can say. So when it is possible, when at equilibrium, left side concentration and right side concentrations are comparable, when we can say in the sense when the equilibrium constant is equal to 10 power minus 3 to 10 power plus 3. So when the equilibrium constant is equal to 10 power minus 3 to 10 power plus 3, we can say equilibrium contains left side and right side, both concentrations are comparable, we can say. Okay. So now we can say that here, what is the conclusion we got in the sense when the equilibrium constant is greater than 10 power 3, equilibrium lies almost right. Next point, equilibrium constant is less than 10 power minus 3 means equilibrium lies almost left. When the equilibrium constant is equal to 10 power minus 3 to 10 power plus 3, equilibrium concentrations on left side and right side are comparable. That's what we can say. Sir. Next, we'll go for a what in the sense. Now, one process is given. This process is at equilibrium or not. How to know it? Now, one process is given. For the process, whether the process is in equilibrium or not, how to know it? For which we should know equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant in the sense, the equilibrium constant value will be what? In general, what is the value of equilibrium constant in the sense it can be any value. If we change the temperature, equilibrium constant changes. So equilibrium constant, we cannot say that it is always 1 or it will reach 1. Like this, we cannot say. Sir. So for a given process, we want equilibrium constant one thing. For what case we want equilibrium constant? We said in order to say whether the process is at equilibrium or not. Sir. Whether the process is at equilibrium or not means we want equilibrium constant. And another term we want. What is that another term means? QC. QC is called a concentration quotient. QC is called, C is called concentration, Q is called quotient, we can say. Q is called quotient. We want concentration quotient. So for a given process, if we know concentration quotient and Kc, then we can say the process is in equilibrium or not. Then we can say whether in the process forward is favoring or backward is favoring, that also we can say. So if you know QC and Kc for a given process, then we can say for the process at the given condition, whether in the process forward is favoring or backward is favoring, or the system is in equilibrium or what. These things we can say. Sir, so first we will see what is QC. Sir, QC mathematical representation, mathematical expression, Kc mathematical expression remains same. But one difference is there. What is the difference means? Kc in the sense at equilibrium, QC in the sense at any condition. QC in the sense at any condition we can say. So Kc in the sense at equilibrium, QC in the sense at any condition we can say. Sir, now we will take suppose one process, we will take N2 gas plus 3H2 gas gives 2NH3 gas. 2NH3 gas. We will take this process. For this process, I will write QC expression. QC is equal to, in the numerator, right side you write in the numerator. Right side, what is there? Ammonia. Write ammonia. Power is what? 2. Left side you write in the denominator. Left side, what is there? N2 is there. Write N2 into, mathematical operation is multiplication, into H2 power 3. Coefficient is 3. That power we have written. It is the expression for QC. QC expression we have written. Now we will write Kc expression. Kc is equal to, right side you write in the numerator. Right side you are writing in the numerator. Then left side you are writing in the denominator. Left side you are writing in the denominator. Okay. So mathematical expression for QC and Kc remains same. There is no difference. Mathematical expression for QC and Kc remains same. What is the difference? Kc in the sense only at equilibrium. Only at equilibrium. QC in the sense at any condition. At any condition. At any condition in the sense at equilibrium or need not be at equilibrium. You can take at equilibrium or at other place also. Initial place, or some time is over equilibrium, or equilibrium is attained, equilibrium is crossed. Like this, any condition we can take for QC. QC need not be at equilibrium, but Kc should be at equilibrium. Okay, sir. What is the difference between QC and Kc? QC need not be at equilibrium, but Kc at equilibrium. Okay, so we got a QC expression and Kc expression we got. Okay, now for the given process, at one condition, QC is equal to Kc. Suppose QC is equal to Kc. Another possibility, QC is less than Kc. Another possibility, QC is greater than Kc. Now, QC is equal to Kc means the system is at equilibrium. The system is at equilibrium. That is the meaning. QC is equal to Kc in the sense the system is at equilibrium. That is the meaning. Okay. QC less than Kc. Now, QC is less than Kc. QC is less when compared to Kc. QC is less when compared to Kc. That's what this second says. This QC is less when compared to Kc in the sense this ratio is less when compared to Kc. So, in order to make QC is equal to Kc, this ratio should become equal to Kc. In order to make this ratio equal to Kc, which should rise, numerator or denominator? Numerator should rise, denominator should reduce.